Hey everybody, Brendan here. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be continuing our London system speedrun video. Yes, it is a video. In fact, indubitably it is. So they played B6. We could play this like a London, or we could play this with E4. I'm gonna play this like a London because this is a London system speedrun. So probably best to do that. And I think this is a fine way to play. I don't think that these queenside fianchettos are quite so good in the London. Maybe I will be proven wrong this game by Mr. or Ms. or Mrs. Candid Worker 85. We'll have to see. So H6 isn't really too inspiring. I'm just going to continue my development here. I'm not really too concerned with any of this. And I'll go rook to c1. Generally, if your opponent plays c5, well, then do expect an opening of the c file, especially in the London system. It's definitely a possibility. So bring the rook to c1 makes a little bit of sense. Is it the most useful move? Probably not. But this is what I mean. So, for example, we can go c4 potentially. I think I would rather castle here. I'm still a tad bit sick, but I'm mostly recovered now, which is great. So I'm back to it, back to recording, which is nice. I missed it. I missed you guys, my best friends. That's sad. No, it's not. I love you guys. Anyways, instead of my incessant rambling, I would like to mention that, yeah, feeling a bit better. I'm a bit rusty, though, so do expect some bad chess from me. So bishop to c6 is very, very interesting. The reason why I say it's interesting is because when they play this fianchetto setup, trading off these types of bishops, even this bishop, can mean that they have a lot of weaknesses left over. So I am actually very happy to play bishop to b5. Despite this bishop not looking so great because of the central pawn structure, it actually does serve to be a valuable piece. For example, if they got in some sort of c5. After queen a4, I think one of their best options is maybe some sort of queen c8. Yeah, so here this doesn't really work. We can actually take on c6, unfortunately, for them. And take on c6 once again. Now we're threatening to take on c7. If they castle, we can take on c7, and we're actually up a piece. So it's unlikely that we will be bested this time, but maybe next time. Maybe next time. So now it's just a matter of conversion. And when you're dealing with conversion, not of the religious kind, of course. I'm talking about the chess kind of conversion, which is we have a winning amount of material. How do we win the game? So the way I'm going to do this is trying to trade pieces. Not pawns, but pieces. For example, if we traded all of the pawns off the board, their drawing chances go up dramatically if we're just up a knight, and that's it. Even though we're up a knight and a pawn right now. But either way, trading off pawns is fine, but we do want to prefer trading off pieces. So I'm going to play knight to e5 and offer a trade here. And it's an offer they should refuse, but may not want to. If they end up taking it, I think I'll take it with the pawn and have a very nice bishop. And if they move around, like knight to f6, I'm going to play c4. Yeah. So I like c4 here. And as we can see, c4 is directly just trying to open up lines. I could have taken it with either of the knights as well. I don't think that was a problem. Okay. And we'll just retreat our bishop to a3. And it's actually quite safe on a3. We don't have to worry about any a5 b4s quite yet. We don't want to just like go completely silly and allow it. Rook c2 is kind of the natural move. It allows us to double up and it protects our knight in case of weird tactics. Like, for example, if they played knight h5, they were threatening bishop e5 at the end of the day. So just defend your pieces. Even if it looks like there's nothing, like this knight, oh yeah, there's nothing there. You never know. So you got to be careful. So yeah, bishop c5 now looks good. And this gets out of any b4 trouble. Playing b4 first is not really advised because then our bishop is kind of sad on a3. Whereas now if we play b4, it's a different story. And I think I just blundered. Yes, I did. They can take that. Why did I do that? I don't know. I actually have no clue. I'm sorry. This was really stupid. That was really bad. Okay, they missed it. All good. Part of the plan. This was all theory, I swear. Taught to me by the great. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm still a little bit sick. And like some of the words I say when I'm sick are just like they sound a little odd. Like bright. I meant to say great. I'm such a silly boy. Anyways, so yeah, I would like to play knight to e4. I'm gonna take with the rook, right? This invites more trades. Something we should do. Inviting trades is good. It's very good. Okay, so they move out of the way. And I like 94, and we're actually inviting more trades because of this. Can you see the idea? If they play, okay, that gets out of it. But the idea was actually taking on d5, where we have knight f6 check, picking up the rook on d5, or if they take with the pawn, we'd pick up the rook on e8. Instead, we have a little bit more work to do. I like knight to c3, attacking the knight. So let's do that. Even though we're attacking the knight, it's more so just offering trades. And the good thing is we can improve our position continuously by offering trades. And it's really hard to deal with because now we get rook c7 because the knight on d5 is no longer there covering c7. And now because of that, we can go rook b7 or rook f7 and we continue our pressure. That's the advantage of having extra material. Yeah, so I would love to take on f7. It's a dream come true. And rook f6 doesn't look so bad to take g6. Knight e4 doesn't look so bad, funnily enough, because I'm threatening knight g4 check and mating. So let's play knight e4. Right? Activity's not a bad thing. We got to be careful, though, that we don't just, like, blunder or something. But h3 would be a nice move to get in, because after knight g4, this would be mate. We could have also played knight g4, knight f6, winning the rook on e8. But I feel like that's still going to be possible. Okay. We should be a little careful here. Don't be too silly. Knight g4 check. King h5. Knight f6 check. The king has to move back, and this looks like checkmate. Look at us. We are calculating machines. That would have been funny if we blundered mate somehow. You never know. It's possible. I've done it before. So, knight g4. King h5. Oh. Oh, wait. Is this? No, that's not mate, because they have this. But then f4 check. Then king f5. That's so messy. But no, we don't have to do that. We can just give a check. On f6, they have to go back. right? This is a faster checkmate, so we'll go for this one. Very lucky. We did good. I'm proud of you guys. This was on you. Okay. And mate. Good stuff. So let's check this game out, yeah? So generally when you're playing against b6, the best way to play is e4. When they don't want the center, you take it, right? But we're following the London system, and that's kind of a systematic opening. I don't want to be too systematic with things. I think exploring different ways you can go about the London system kind of makes you still think about the opening, and I think that's a very healthy thing. You should still be thinking about how you want to develop your pieces, why you're developing them to certain squares, and the effectiveness of it. And one funny line is after bishop b7, bishop d3, there's this move f5, and I'm going to turn off the engine because it's trickier than the engine might say. It says it's like plus 1.2, and then it'll say it's even more when time goes on. But there's some funny lines. So the move is takes, bishop takes g2, queen h5 check, g6, takes, and black plays this move bishop g7. Is this relevant to this video? Maybe, maybe not. And as far as I know, you don't really take on h7 for the best advantage. Oh wait, no. Is it here? Maybe you do. Yes, you do. My apologies. So here, king f8, and you don't really take, because that's complicated. There's actually this funny move, knight f3. And after knight f3, knight f6, you have this funny move, queen g6, where if they take your rook at any point, well, now there's bishop to h6, and all of a sudden, you're completely winning. These are some crazy lines. They're very forcing. You can check them with the engine yourself. But it's a good thing to know, because when you start getting to, like, the higher levels, some people in Blitz will still play that type of stuff, so... Anyways, bishop f4, bishop e7, e3, g6, c3, and we just went for a normal setup. And I feel like we got a good position because of it. We weren't trying to go too crazy on them, and it paid off. Like, that's part of the London, right? You're not trying to blow them out of the water. And this move, queen a4, was trying to be a little tricky, right? Bishop a6 is on the agenda if they're not careful. I think a6 is probably fine, and same thing with c6, but it's just kind of like a probing move, seeing what they're going to do. And then I think after I'd play c4, because now at least this bishop is a little bit closed off. And then I would be happy to see c6, mainly because it feels like c5 would have been the better move. Like if they just castled here or something and then go for c5, then that's a little scary. So anyways, yeah, so a6 was a huge mistake. They should have, of course, taken. And there's like rook c8. There's also castling, again, with c5 ideas. And yeah, they're totally fine. And it's a game, and it's a fun one. So that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye-bye.